Chelsea drop shock Garnacho debut hint and Cole Palmer ready for Brentford clash. Chelsea FC exclusive. Chelsea are bracing for a potentially pivotal Premier League clash with Brentford at Stamford Bridge, as head coach Enzo Maresca weighs his attacking options with Alejandro Garnacho and Cole Palmer both pushing to be involved. The build-up has taken on extra intensity, with the club's latest training images and social media activity sparking excitement among supporters eager to see new arrivals and returning stars make their mark. The anticipation around Garnacho has been growing ever since the winger's arrival from United Kingdom. His move came too late for him to feature against Fulham before the international break, leaving supporters waiting to see him in blue for the first time. That wait could finally be over against Brentford, with Chelsea's official channels dropping the strongest hint yet that the young Argentine is primed to make his debut. Training pictures featuring Garnacho circulated on Friday, with the player himself amplifying the moment by sharing them on his own Instagram story. For a player with his profile and hunger, that kind of teaser is rarely accidental, and it has only fueled the growing sense that his Stamford Bridge bow is imminent. Palmer, meanwhile, has endured frustration of a different kind. The playmaker had to watch from the sidelines after suffering a groin issue during the warm-up before Chelsea's clash with West Ham, which ruled him out of the subsequent Fulham game as well. Maresca had cast some doubt over his availability when addressing the media, noting that Palmer had only rejoined training on Thursday and had not completed the full session. His words left the door open without guaranteeing involvement. Yet, less than 24 hours later, Chelsea's official accounts gave fans a major boost. A photo of Palmer in training was shared with the caption, "Ready for tomorrow," and the forward was tagged directly in the post. For supporters reading between the lines, it was as clear a signal as they could have hoped for. The symbolism of those training images cannot be overstated. Clubs at this level rarely use such phrasing and direct tagging unless they are confident the player will be in the squad. While it does not guarantee a starting berth, it strongly suggests Palmer will at least be among the substitutes and could feature at some point during the game. The buzz has extended beyond Garnacho and Palmer, with Chelsea also showcasing other figures who could have a role to play. Josh Champion and Wesley Fofana were also pictured in Friday's session, offering timely boosts in defense. For Fofana, simply being back on the grass is significant after his lengthy injury problems. The Frenchman's road to recovery has been long and testing, but his involvement brings depth and experience to a backline that has needed reinforcement. Another subplot surrounds João Pedro, who also posted training photos to his social media story. The Brazilian was spotted in a bright orange bib, the same as Palmer, hinting at a possible tactical grouping or session drill that involved attacking combinations. However, Pedro's availability is complicated by his recent exertions with Brazil in World Cup qualifiers. Alongside André Santos and Estevan Willian, he featured in the demanding fixture against Bolivia, played at extreme altitude in El Alto. At over 4,000 meters above sea level, such conditions take a heavy toll on the body, and Maresca has been cautious in his assessment. He admitted that all three remain doubts for the Brentford clash, acknowledging the physiological strain and the quick turnaround required to compete in the Premier League. Despite those concerns, there remains optimism. Maresca's comments were careful but not dismissive, and in the past, Chelsea have been able to integrate players back swiftly from international duty when schedules allowed. Still, he knows the risks of pushing too hard, particularly with the season still in its early stages and the demands of multiple competitions looming large. The mood in the camp, though, appears buoyant. Moises Caicedo, a cornerstone of Maresca's midfield, shared his customary pre-match graphic on Instagram, a routine that often signals his inclusion in the matchday squad. André Santos, too, posted training images later in the evening, suggesting he is keen to be involved despite the doubts over his condition.
Historically, when players engage with those matchday graphics and pre-game rituals, it tends to point towards participation in some form. For supporters, the biggest talking point remains Garnacho. The idea of the winger making his first appearance for Chelsea against Brentford is a tantalizing one. His direct style, fearless dribbling, and willingness to take on defenders could add a new dimension to Maresca's attack, particularly against a Brentford side known for their physicality and resilience. Garnacho's ability to stretch play, commit markers, and create space for others is precisely the kind of injection Chelsea have needed to break down stubborn opponents. Palmer's return would be just as significant, if not more so, given his influence in the final third. The former Man City talent has already established himself as one of Chelsea's creative linchpins, with his vision and composure under pressure giving the team a different rhythm. His absence has been felt, and his availability would instantly lift both teammates and supporters alike. Even if his involvement is managed carefully, just having him on the pitch offers a different dynamic. What is particularly striking is how Chelsea have chosen to handle the messaging. By sharing images and captions that all but confirm availability, the club is stoking anticipation and shifting the narrative towards optimism. For a fan base that at times has grown weary of injuries and setbacks, such communication matters. It not only excites supporters, but also demonstrates confidence within the squad heading into the fixture. The game against Brentford is hardly straightforward. Thomas Frank's side have built a reputation for being awkward opponents, tactically organized and physically relentless. Yet Chelsea, with the potential injection of Garnacho's debut and Palmer's creativity, suddenly look a far more dangerous prospect. The blend of youthful energy and returning quality could tilt the balance in their favor, especially at Stamford Bridge, where supporters will be eager to witness the new chapter unfolding. Maresca's challenge will be balancing the desire for spectacle with the need for pragmatism. Handing Garnacho's debut in front of a home crowd carries its risks, but it also has the potential to electrify the stadium. Easing Palmer back after injury must also be managed wisely to avoid setbacks, and navigating the fatigue levels of returning South American internationals adds yet another layer of complexity. The squad dynamics are shifting quickly, and Chelsea appear to be on the cusp of unveiling a new-look attack that could redefine their approach under Maresca. Garnacho's hunger to impress, Palmer's determination to re-establish his rhythm, and the gradual integration of others, like Pedro and Santos, provide the coach with options he has not enjoyed in recent weeks. The sense around the club is that this match could be more than just another league fixture. It could be the moment Chelsea unveiled their next phase, showcasing both the promise of their newest signing and the resilience of their established stars. The symbolism of debutants and returnees stepping onto the pitch together is powerful, hinting at the blend of past, present, and future that Maresca hopes will define his tenure. Brentford, of course, will have their own designs on spoiling the occasion, but the storyline is firmly centered on Chelsea. Garnacho's debut tease, Palmer's training confirmation, and the wider squad updates have created a perfect storm of anticipation. Every supporter inside Stamford Bridge will be scanning the team sheet, waiting to see if the clues dropped online become reality on the pitch. What emerges from all of this is a picture of a club eager to turn the page and begin a new chapter. After weeks of frustration with absences and uncertainty, Chelsea are suddenly brimming with possibility. Whether Garnacho dazzles on debut, whether Palmer produces his trademark composure, or whether others seize the moment, the stage is set for a defining evening in West London. The excitement has already been ignited, the hints have been dropped, and the buzz is undeniable. Now it is over to Maresca and his players to deliver on the promise and ensure that the talk of readiness translates into performance when the whistle blows. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe this channel.